TSNE, the season never ends, is the engine behind your favorite sports bar fantasy site. If your bar doesn't have it, send them our way so you can benefit from seamless draft day setups. No back and forth with staff. Just scan a QR code, pick your league spot, and customize your food and drink offers. TSNE offers quality of life tools like a mock drafter that improves each year by learning your league, automated team management if a player quits mid-season, and game time injury replacements before kickoff. With more league types and role options than any other platform, TSNE is everything you wish your fantasy platform had.
Hey everyone, this is Scal from the Greatest Team on Paper podcast. Are you looking for an in-depth fantasy football advice? Perhaps some weekly NFL betting picks? Or simply a fun conversation about everyone's favorite sport in the world, football? Look no further than the Greatest Team on Paper. We are three lifelong friends who have been living and breathing football for more than 20 years. We break down everything from tough start-sit decisions on a weekly basis, in-depth analysis of player performances, game recaps, and everyone's favorite segment, our famous G-Top Locks of the Week. Whether you want to ride with us on our picks or just want a fan's perspective of the games, the G-Top fellas have you covered. You can listen to us at The Greatest Team on Paper on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon platforms. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well at The Greatest Team on Paper. Help us help you. We'll see you there.
Yo, you. Yeah, you. The one still debating whether to start Patrick Mahomes this week or bench him for that rando backup QB no one's heard of. What are you doing? Stop scrolling and listen up. You know what you need in your life? More Black and Tan Sports. That's right, your one-stop podcast for fantasy football chaos, NFL hot takes, and the occasional life lesson you didn't know you needed. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you can get your podcasts. So hit that subscribe button like you're smashing a waiver wire pickup for CMC. And don't forget to drop us a 5-star review. Why? Because it's not just our egos, it helps the algorithm show us some love. And let's be honest, you could use more good karma for that trade offer you just sent out. You're also going to want to join the party on social media because we're dropping fire takes all week long. On X, formerly known as Twitter, we're not here to discuss Elon. We're at Black and Tan Pod. Facebook, Black and Tan Sports Pod. You know, for all you I still love my mom's memes people out there. Instagram, we got you at Black and Tan Sports Pod. Where else can you get weekly fantasy tips and questionable Photoshop edits of my co-host Dwayne's face? Oh, and YouTube, Black and Tan Sports. Subscribe there too, unless you're scared to see what fantasy football legends actually look like. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe, follow, engage. Otherwise, your fantasy team might just get cursed with a season-ending injury. Just saying. Black and Tan Sports, for the laughs, the takes, and the wins. Subscribe now, or you'll regret it later.
Black and Tan Sports, we keep it real. Nick and Blaine breaking down the deal. Big points, bigger stories, you already know. Fantasy football with that life flow. Brought to you by the season never ends, where the game never stops, and neither do we, my friends. From touchdowns to hot takes, we cover it all. Laughs, life, and football, we stand tall. Tune in, lock in, it's time to roll. Black and Tan's taking over, but we're on the roll. We're on the roll.
What up?
Here we
what
are.
Up, what up?
Here we are once again, Black and Tan Sports. This is our second week in a row. We're going to be doing this every week, just like we did last year. That's how it is. And as always, welcome. This is probably the dumbest, smartest fantasy sports.
Probably
show
I'm
ever.
going to say probably the funnest. Everybody else gets too serious with their podcast about sports. That's not our.
And it
job.
really is. That really is part of the problem. We're kind of talking about this before the show, right? Everything is way too serious right now as it is.
Yeah.
So let's break up the monotony a little bit.
We try to keep it light.
Talking about some fantasy sports. We're going to be doing football.
Get our sleeper picks coming up.
sleeper pick. We're gonna go over some Eagles, and back this week we have the one and only Mr. Green.
Yeah,
he
my
is
boy.
finally back. Last week he's pop last week. He had a grandson. Congratulations, Katie. Congratulations, Mr. Herb. That's gonna be cool. That's cool. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
After that, we're also going to talk some birds a little bit. We're going to talk about the game,
Absolutely.
Some of the things that happened there, and what our thoughts are for the future for the Eagles, what they're going to be doing, how they did in the past 2 weeks, how we think they're going to do next week. I was surprised because I had a bad feeling about that game, but I guess it really didn't come up.
Yeah, so, I did too.
And then we're going to go over what we think like a sleeper pick, who we think is a good pick to go after, who may be like on the wire or something like that in the midst of things, and not really a popular player that we think is going to break out. We're going to have our solid pick and our bum pick of the week, and then we're going to close it down. But Dwayne, what's up, brother?
Chilling, man. How you doing? Just going through a couple of notes, man. It's Tuesday.
Oh,
another great week of football just passed. Another one's coming up. We had, listen, it's all good. Fall season's here. Got the hoodie on. I got the hoodie on. You don't got the hoodie on.
No, I don't, dude. I don't wear a hoodie until it's about -3 degrees.
Yeah,
I can't. That's not how it's not how I roll about.
Like it's too soon. It's too soon for the hoodies.
I know, but it feels nice. Fall is my favorite time of year, bro. There's no other, in my opinion. There's not a better time than that. But
is it because of the pumpkin lattes?
Yeah, and I do have a thing for girls in yoga pants and sweaters, that type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent look. I could go with that look.
That's good. It's like a basic white girl type of vibe, but you know what?
Gotta have the Uggs, right? Ugg season.
Yeah, no, probably.
Uggs or Birkenstocks. Pick one.
I don't know about the Birkenstocks, dude.
My girl wears Birkenstocks.
But that's like a summer thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You can't rock them in the wintertime.
Yeah.
You get the closed toe joints.
Yeah. You're muted on
Yeah, I know. Oh, I didn't do that.
All right. So what did you think? Now, my first thought was, I told you guys last week that I thought the Eagles weren't going to win. And I hate being like, oh, that guy, it's like, oh, always dooming things. But I was like, I feel like statistically, right? You go look at it statistically. What's going to happen is you're playing a team again. It's their get back game. Right. You would think that they're going to be putting everyone on the line to win that game.
Yeah, but on the road nonetheless.
On the road in Arrowhead, it's tough, man. Arrowhead's a really hard stadium to win in. It's just
it is.
There's a lot of different things going on like that. So, what did you think of the performance? At first,
slow.
I was like,
slow. I didn't think we looked put together yet again. I think we're still trying to. I don't know what it is, but we didn't look very good on offense. We looked okay, but it wasn't what I was looking forward to. And then on defense, our D-backs are horrible, in my opinion. Like we're getting burnt, Pauls. We're getting burnt deep.
You're getting cooked
every play, and it's like it wasn't for that interception in the end zone, we definitely would have lost that game. Or would have been like down to at least a lot closer, but I didn't have a good feeling until that interception happened.
I kind of look at it like this too, right? So I'm super critical of the Eagles, always have been. I can't not be for some reason. But last year around this time, I was having a complete meltdown. And the reason why I was having a complete meltdown was because they were losing the game. They looked terrible. And I think partially that being partially is because of them not playing in any preseason games. You're kind of rusty going into the season. It takes a while to get things going and to kind of pump it up and start grooving, right?
Right.
Well, we were losing this time last year.
Yeah,
right? We won the first game, then we lost the next two after that, I think. Something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
Now we go into things and we're winning these games that I feel as though we're playing super sloppy in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of my hopes. It's my thought and it's my hope that what's going to happen.
It was bad last year, but it's not as bad this year.
Not right. It was really bad last year. It's not as bad this year because they're kind of starting slow, but they're still winning opposed to losing these games. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. You can look at it that way. Maybe it's like my rose colored, my Super Bowl colored, my LIX colored glasses, but
yeah,
maybe that's how things are going to be. I'm not sure. What do you think?
I think the one saving grace that I had going into this game, playing against the Chiefs, in my mind, that I mentioned this last year, when we figured out we were going to play them in the Super Bowl, was that they ended their last year the same way they're starting out. They're barely winning or actually losing. They're losing. They're not barely winning. They're not barely, you know what I mean, anything. They've lost, right? They're 0-2 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the end of their last season, got swamped in the Super Bowl, and the last couple of games leading up to those championship games, they were barely winning. They were winning by less than a field goal or less than 7 points, less than a touchdown. All these games squeaking by, teams that whether they deserve to be beat by 30 points or just barely win every game, whether it's a great team or not such a great team, they were barely squeaking by. And that was one of the things that kept me positive during the game, is looking
Right.
back at it and saying, hey, listen, these guys, even though we're not looking the best, they're not looking very hot either. And I think, just with the situation that they have over there, as far as like just the whole team's, they're there, but they're not what they used to be when they were going into, an away game and killing people by 30 points, especially us coming in to Arrowhead after whooping their ass in the Super Bowl, and we beat them and looking shabby at that.
Yeah, we look bad. I think it's a kind of a testament. I think that I thought that maybe this year what would happen is there's a possibility that since since Mahomes had a bad, I think he had a bad. Listen, did he have a bad season compared to the whole league? No, I don't think he had a bad season compared to the whole league. But I do think that he was an uncharacteristically playing not up to his level. And I mean, he's a dynamic quarterback. He's the type of quarterback where you don't know whether you're gonna have to stop the run or the shovel pass, or there's just a million different ways that he can go about it. And I think that last year, he had probably his worst season, and I thought that this year he would probably have a breakout season. Like, you don't have 2 bad years in a row.
Right.
Mahomes is going to come in and he's not having a great season again. I mean, it's not like, and again,
He's not having
his not having a great
either.
season is not like, it's not like, you're Daniel Jones who happens to be winning somehow right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that type of level.
When your season typically consists of you being compared to Tom Brady, throughout the whole season for the last 3 years, he's been compared to Tom Brady all season long. And now to come out and like, hey, listen, you're 0-2, bro. What's going on over there in Chiefland, as I would say. Who knows?
I don't know. It could be that it could be the mysticism of Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. I mean, Kelce probably should have retired last year. I know he didn't want to because he ended up on a loss. He ended on an L, but in those terms, I mean, he's old. Not that he's still not a weapon, because he still is a weapon.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
He's an older guy now. You have Mahomes, who he's also, I don't know if it's like, to me, he seems like he's out of shape. Like, he seems like he's just out of, it's like he's never had, like, for some reason, these like the best quarterbacks, like Tom Brady to me isn't like a jacked QB. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Mahomes is almost like a dad bod QB. It's weird.
Like, he doesn't look like an NFL.
He's skinny fat, dude. He's skinny fat.
Yeah, it's wild.
So it's weird. It's weird that that's happening the way it is, but that is the way it is. And I'm glad, because the Eagles are winning, and I think that they're maybe getting some of these really bad plays and really bad snaps and series out of their system. But you're right, man. We're really getting cooked on the outside.
Yeah,
we're really getting cooked on the outside.
Yeah.
Now,
and it's got to change. We got to make some adjustments. I figured coming back from halftime, they did make some adjustments, but I mean, for them to come down the field within, just shoot down the field, and boom, now they're down 70-yard not touchdown, but 70-yard pass. Now they're right there in the end zone. That's scary.
It is
like,
scary.
I don't, you know what I mean? And thank God for that interception. I mean, if they weren't for that interception, bro, like I said, we definitely would have lost that game.
And I've also noticed that, like, so Makuba had an insane game, right? We have another rookie. We have another rookie that's coming out and he's doing it. It's almost like, Cooper DeJean. Like, he comes out, it's his rookie season, and all of a sudden he's a stud, right? And I feel like Makuba's kind of doing the same thing. And I know it's only 2 games into the season, and I don't really want to like jinx it, but I feel as though it's almost like the same type of thing. He can tackle the ball, he can track the ball, he can cover. I mean, he's really a dynamic player, and I'm happy because out of all the rookies that we got, I mean, Shahad Campbell's doing really good as well, but I feel as though that Makuba is really having like this season no one really expected, especially because he was like 60th in the draft. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like he's far back in there.
Like way
No
back.
one really
like,
expected that. But then
right.
Howie Roseman, he always finds a way, dude. He finds a
He's
way to
got
somehow
that.
find
He
that diamond
finds
in the
that
rough
thing. He
that'll
finds that
that'll
thing.
perfectly like fit into that system,
Yeah.
and then it ends up working out. So it's kind of crazy, but
Yeah, that's comforting. It is kind of like coming together on that aspect, definitely.
so what did you
Most
think
definitely.
after the game and after the win? There's been a lot of controversy too about the whole tush push.
I just think the only teams that are against it are the ones that can't stop it. I mean, no one says anything when Buffalo does it. You know what I mean? No one says anything else when another team does it. But when we do it, it's got to be a big deal. Well, yeah, because our team has mastered this, the tush push. Now, I do agree. It looked like they were offsides. The linemen are lining up offsides over the ball, something like that. That's been a contingency situation. But I mean, is it the players or is the referees not calling those fouls? Not calling that situation, those penalties.
And that's and you also have to think it's also on both sides, because as many times as they've run a tush push, how many times have you seen lining up in the neutral zone? Have you seen them the defense leaving and being offsides as well? Listen, there was I agree there was some false starts here in the situation, but it makes me a little bit angry, because when you boil this play down and everyone's complaining, oh, we can't stop it. A, you're bad, but B, it's a quarterback sneak.
That's all it is.
It's a quarterback sneak. You can't stop the most basic play that you learn from midget ball. You can't stop this play.
Yeah. Another thing
It's a you problem. It's not an us problem. It's a you problem. You need to figure out how to stop a quarterback sneak.
And when I was saying this last year, the same thing is when you watch that play, there's maybe one guy. Sometimes if there's like, maybe at the end zone, we got a yard to go, and you got the tight end comes in and the running back comes in behind him and pushes him across the threshold. But 80% of the time, Hurts is getting it on his own with his own legs. It's the front line that makes that surge, especially within a yard. They're getting that surge off the ball, and you can't stop it. On top of the guy, leg pressing 600 pounds, whatever the fuck he does, like, you're not going to stop that guy. Not for 6 inches or a yard. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's getting that much of a push on most of those plays, but I get it. It's not fair. No, it's not fair. Our lines are lower than yours. Our line is stronger than yours. Our line is faster than yours. And our running back, our quarterback is doing his job and getting the ball across that line every time we do it. And you guys are mad that you can't stop it. And one thing you do when you can't stop something, you want to cry about it. You want to get rid of it. Oh, we can't find a lineman to do it the way the Eagles do it. Or we can't find a quarterback as strong as Hurts to be able to do it. So, if we all can't do it, then I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. And that's what it is. And now they want to cry about it.
The fact that multiple teams, Packers included, have tried to ban this play, only tells me one thing, right? It tells me that your organization is bitch made. That you can't stop a quarterback sneak.
Right.
You can't. That's boil it down to what it is. Right, Dwayne? You just said it. It's Jalen Hurts getting the ball over the end into the end zone, getting a yard, getting 2 yards. Sorry, you can't stop the most basic play in football.
Well,
it's not like it's not a weird play. It's not a specially formulated play. It's not something that
nothing special
is weird. It's a quarterback sneak. You can't stop a quarterback sneak. Your defensive line is so poor. Your defense is so poor, you can't stop a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, that's the thing. Listen, talk about it from that aspect. Stop letting teams get 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. You should be 3 and out. It should be 3rd down. Should be 5 or 6 yards or greater. That way you ain't got to worry about the tush push. If you're getting tush pushed 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a game from the Eagles, that means your defense not only can't stop the tush push, they can't stop the run, and they can't stop the short passes, because we're getting our first downs.
Right.
So if we're getting our first downs, we're going to do it whether we get it, by a 2nd and long, we run the ball or get a nice pass on the field, or it's 3rd and inches and we do the tush push for the first down or 4th down. It doesn't matter. 3rd or 4th down, we're taking those yards.
We're taking the yards, and you're right.
So your defense is not that. Right. The defense just can't stop our defense.
It shouldn't have gotten there in the first place, like you just said. It
Right.
shouldn't have gotten there in the first place. Your defense should have been effective at a point where you're not leaving these 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 situations. The game
Right.
has changed and evolved within the last 5 years, I would say, right?
Right.
Where you see this crazy string of just going forward on 4th down, trying to get that conversion. Not just, I remember when we were kids, it was 4th down, 4th and 1. What are you doing? You're punting
for
every
it.
single time.
Oh, but yeah,
Back in the day, like you're punting.
we had a good team back in the day. We were going for that 4th and 1 if we even got there.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's changed.
But yeah,
everything has changed. The adaptation of the kickoffs has changed. The game is evolving, and I'm sorry that your team can't evolve with it.
right.
And guess
Again,
what?
they don't want to address the bigger issue. Why is your defense always getting these 3rd and 4th down short yardage situations? It's because you're not handling your business on 1st and 2nd down.
I saw a sports talk guy on TikTok who's like heavily into Eagles, right? And he has a ton of followers. And I'm thinking to myself, and he's talking to me about this is what he's saying. He's saying this is why we're going to get the tush push banned, because you go for it twice in a row. I'm sorry.
Who says that?
People
If you
feel
have a
that
weapon,
way. People
use it.
feel as though, if you that you shouldn't be doing it. Oh, it's so boring. There is the essence of football, right? The gridiron, the
Right.
essence of it.
Right.
Again, what it's boiled down to
Smash
is
mouth.
that smash mouth. We're going to do it whether you like it or not type of football.
Yeah.
How could you not enjoy that? How could you
The
say that's a
idea-
bad thing?
The idea of the
Insane.
game is for me to do whatever I can to get to that end of the field, and for you to do whatever you can to stop me. And if you can't stop me, I win the game. That's the
You win.
basis of football. So
Right,
what
and
if I do
we've
to play 2 and 3, 4 times back to back to back to back? So what? Then stop it. You know I'm doing it. Stop it.
right.
You can see it. Like you see me, we line up. What have you done since from the first time we did it in the game to the 8th time we did it in the game? What have you done in between those 1st and 8th tries to change your defense to be able to stop that? Nothing. And if
Saying
you
that
did
you-
try, good for you. Didn't work anyway.
Saying that you shouldn't be running the tush push because it's effective is essentially the same as last year being like, you can't run Saquon Barkley.
Right.
The play works. We're running the play.
Right.
We're doing what's effective.
We're doing
Sorry,
what we
the
need
tush
to
push
do
is effective. If
on
you're
our
gonna say
first and
we can't
second
do the
and
tush
third
push,
downs.
might as well just get rid of the running back position altogether.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. It
Doesn't.
doesn't make any sense. And
Haters.
people are
Haters
salty
gonna
about
hate.
it. They're gonna hate. They're gonna hate. And you know what? I love it every time they run it.
Yeah.
Now the brotherly shove, the tush push is now like just a part of Philadelphia culture, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it now.
Yeah. You
Anyway,
can't not. It's like that and just wherever you go Birds.
I think next before. All right, so we're gonna get into these picks, but before we get into these picks, we're gonna finally, you guys are gonna finally hear from Mr.
The
Green.
man of the hour, too sweet to be sour.
Too sweet to be sour. While Mr. Green is playing here through our Purdue show here, we're gonna mute the mics over there, and we're gonna talk to you guys on TikTok for a little bit as Mr. Green gives his picks, because I know you guys can't hear it right now. But so that's what we're gonna do. So let's look at it. I'm hyped. I really can't believe how they're dealing with the tush push. But
Yeah, I
here we
can't
go.
believe
For the first time this year in this season, you're gonna hear the intro. Boom.
Herbie's got his eye on the game, throwing naughty bets, never playing tame. A little unhinged, but he's here to play. Welcome to Herbie's Hail Marys today.
Hello, Nick and Dwayne. How yous doing, man? Hope yous enjoyed your summer. There's Mr. Green back in the house. I've been really busy the last couple weeks. Didn't have any plays at all. I wanted to stay and concentrate to see what the teams are going to do before I do any picking. And I've been kind of busy anyway. I had a grandson that was born last week. And I actually have a sister that's in the hospital. So if you can, she has to go through surgery this week. If you could keep her in your prayers, that'd be great. All right, let's get right into the plays. This is what you guys are looking for. Let's start the year off with a good winning season. First up, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay New York Jets. I'm actually going to be taking Tampa Bay this week. I don't like taking a team playing Monday off a short week, but in this case, the Jets, they just stink. I know grandfather Rodgers ain't the quarterback anymore for the Jets, but it doesn't make any difference. They still stink. That guy, Baker Mayfield, he has 5 touchdown passes already. And Bucky Irvin, he's unstoppable. So put the money on Tampa Bay this week. Next up, another team that played Monday night. I will be on the Chargers this week. They're playing the Broncos. Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey, they are unbelievable. They are going to be unstoppable this year. I believe with Harbaugh as the coach, they have a good chance of going to the Super Bowl this year. So take the Chargers this week. The other game I'm looking at is the Atlanta Falcons against Carolina. I actually watched that game Sunday night. The Falcons, they really destroyed Minnesota. I really thought Minnesota was going to have a good team this year. They had a young quarterback, but this running back that the Falcons got, this guy Robertson, he's unstoppable, man. You give him the ball, he's just like that guy Henry last year. You give Robertson the ball this year, really tough to bring that guy down. He really is. I know Minnesota's defense didn't do so good, but the Falcons did really look good. They're playing Carolina this week in Carolina. But Carolina, they're just not a good football team. So if I was you, take the Falcons. The other game I like, probably the most on the board, you got the Commanders. They're playing Vegas. You got Vegas, a West Coast team, flying all the way into an East Coast team. That's not a good sign to begin with. It's a 1 o'clock game. Washington is home. And I do believe that Jaden Daniels is going to pick that defense apart. I watched Vegas play last night. They didn't look so good. Chargers actually beat that team, what was it, 20-9. The Raiders had 1 touchdown. I don't even think they scored a touchdown, taking that West Coast to the East Coast. 1 o'clock game. Take the Redskins. And the last game I'm looking at is your Philadelphia Eagles against the Rams. I know the Eagles didn't look so good the first 2 games, but they're 2-0. If Lamb catches that ball, I think the Cowboys win the first week. And last week, what's going on with Kelsey? I think he should divorce this girl Taylor because, ever since they've been going out, Kelsey's numbers have been going down and down and down. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Sunday was Patrick's birthday. And for Kelsey to drop that ball, the go-ahead touchdown to beat the Eagles and drop the ball, he was wide open. It's unbelievable. But anyway, that was last week. This week, I'm actually going to be pounding the Eagles. They're playing the Rams. They already beat the Rams last year, kicked them out of the playoffs. They're playing home. The Eagles are unbelievable when they play home. The guy that I'm really looking at in this game is going to be A.J. Brown. I know he's not been found during the season so far, but I was told by a good friend of mine, not Joe Flacco, by the way, but someone else in the Eagles organization, they've been practicing really hard this week, and A.J. is part of that offense this week. So expect A.J. to have 2 touchdowns and have over 100 yards receiving. And Barkley is going to have 1 touchdown, and he's going to be close to having 100 yards. I do see the Eagles winning this game by 17 points. They are due for a breakout game, and I think we're going to have it this week against the Rams. So let's recap, and let's go 5-0 this week and start the season off. I'm going with Tampa Bay. I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going with the Washington Commanders. And I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, let's have a great week. 5-0. I'll talk to you next week.
Herbie bets big, Herbie bets bold. Never play safe, let the dice roll. Wild predictions, no time to be wary. Get ready for Herbie's Hail Marys.
There they are. The picks.
Look at that. My man, 50 grand.
What do you think, Dwayne? I know that when he's giving his picks, you are studious. You got your head down, you're taking notes. I don't know what you could be drawing pictures of penises for all I know, but
Me?
What do you got? What do you think?
Listen, he did pretty well last year. I was saying he went what 3 for 5 average throughout the whole season.
I think the average was higher than that, and there's a couple times where he did go 5-0.
Like 4 out of
but
5.
So the reason why he went 3 and 5, and we kind of talked about this like briefly before, is because he only counts like the spread.
Yes.
So like he may win the game straight up, but he's only counting by the point spread.
Right. So when he tells his stats,
yeah,
his stats are a lot lower because he's going off whether he won money or not because he put the spread. But we're going off just wins and losses. And again, what we say here on these predictions are not guaranteed. Do not take our advice. If you bet, that's betting on your own. Nothing to do with
not
it.
Legal
so if
advice.
You lose, right. Not legal advice. We're not telling you to bet or what to bet or how to bet. Especially not from with Mr. Green. We're just telling you this guy's pretty good. 3 out of 5 is not bad.
He happens to be pretty good. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 is not bad for. He's better in the beginning of the season too. I mean, obviously it's a little bit easier, but I tend to stick with him because he was better beginning of the season last year, and they started slacking off.
It gets increasingly tougher because you find out some things are so lopsided, sometimes they're not, and he seems to think that the NFL is fixed. And we talked about this before. It's like, Heath, I don't understand why you would bet time after time. Why are you betting time after time if you believe something is fixed?
Right.
If you believe the fix is in and it's going against you in the first place, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and why aren't you winning every week, every single game?
Because it's fixed, Dwayne.
Because it's fixed. It's fixed against Mr. Green because they don't want him to win.
Right. He's such a dynamic force. He says, funny. This Travis Kelce better divorce this Swift girl, this Taylor girl.
That's funny.
It's a love affair. He's a love.
So let's get into. You want to get into the sleepers, bro?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What are you gonna talk about?
What do you want? You want to go with you want to pick a sleeper?
Let's pick a sleeper.
Black and Tan Sports looking for the player that no one sees. This week's sleeper is the one you need. Underdog rising, ready to shine. Pick them now. It's sleeper time.
All right, we're back. We're back with this week's sleeper picks. We have a couple on the list. I'll start out. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale, step to the front. Step up, bro. Today is your lucky day. We are picking you on Black and Tan Sports as a sleeper, upcoming, probably superstar, maybe not superstar, but an upcoming figure to be looked at in the world of NFL fantasy football to get you some points. Last week, 8 catches, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, not bad. Not a bad game. Yeah, I mean, they're playing what? They're playing the Chiefs this week, right?
The Chiefs have to win eventually.
They gotta win. But I mean, I can't see why Mr. Robinson can't get a couple points for you because the Chiefs defense isn't as spectacular either. They're giving up points. That's why they're losing.
You're not wrong.
So as much as they are a powerhouse of a team, I mean, the Giants are going to come out. And listen, I like Wilson, man. I don't know. He's looking all right. He's all right.
Let's ride. Remember
that? What?
Remember he was like, "Let's ride."
That's right. Trying to be a motivational speaker.
Yeah. He tried being like a motivational speaker, and like he's going. He's like, for some reason, he like tries to. He was like trying to make a catchphrase for himself.
Yeah. Dude, it's too late. You gotta do that shit up
American
front.
Gladiators or something. It's so weird, dude. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick a sleeper too. Then.
All right, go ahead.
And this quarterback, we're gonna go with the sleeper for quarterback this week. I'll kind of explain the reason why I think that he is a sleeper, but his name to me, every time I look at it, there's no way it doesn't seem sus, right? So I think the sleeper pick for this week is for me is Michael Penix Jr. And you have to say Penix because if you said Penix, it sounds really weird because I feel like that's the way it should be.
That
But
does sound weird.
listen, in week one, it was a game that was like kind of under spotlight. It's week one and things like that. But he had 298 yards, a touchdown. He had a rushing score, and he. I think that personally, I think he has a good potential to stretch the field and make more explosive plays. Right. Now, I'm
Mhm.
going to give you a couple of reasons why I think that he could be the sleeper this week. Right. The opponent that he has this week, their secondary has shown a bunch of holes, and I think the Penix can definitely exploit that. He's got a lot of momentum. His confidence is building with every week, and the Falcons' offense seems committed to really letting him put the ball into the air. So, not only that, he's adding rushing yards, and I think he's under owned right now too as a quarterback too, and I think that's why I think that he's a sleeper, is because although he has had a couple good weeks, I think that he's not like, when he's on the wire, people aren't like, oh, let's look at Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. And you know, throughout history here, we have, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
I think it's Penix.
Well, let's go. Listen, we're gonna go quarterbacks. I'm gonna bring this up because listen, I like this guy too. I think it sucks that the Giants are getting rid of people that are doing well in the NFL now, but I think it's funny as fuck. So I'm gonna go with Daniel Jones, with the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Now they're playing Tennessee Titans this year, so Titans, it's going to be a good game for him because the Titans suck. They're as bad as, the New York Giants where he left. But I mean, you think about this guy shit the bed last year. They got rid of him in New York. Second week in a row, he's had a strong game. I mean, last week against the Broncos, they won by 1 point. They got lucky. 23 for 34, 316 yards, and a touchdown. And then he also ran, 6 times for 1 touchdown. So he's got one passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. He never would have done that in New York. And listen, I like the guy. I think he's going to be a decent quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that team, Indianapolis, might be a powerhouse come mid-season, end of the season this year. We got to watch out for them as well. And I think I do like Daniel Jones, just to put him in and say, man, if you need a quarterback for this week, maybe your quarterback is questionable or hurt or just tired or he doesn't look the way you want him to look. Hey, man, if you're looking at somebody to pick up, he's probably going to be up somewhere we can grab him because his rep is pretty bad from being in New York and not doing well up there. But for the first 2 weeks of the season, he's actually showing he can do a little something. So pick him up, man. I think you should grab him if you can, if you need a starting quarterback this year or this week. I'm talking too fast.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So I think these are solid, good sleeper picks. I think that they're going to be, if you need somebody to fill a hole into your roster, I'm thinking you'll probably find these guys on the waiver wire because they're typically there because they're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. So I think what we're going to do now is move on to what you want to do, our bum pick.
Bum pick, yeah.
Let's go bum picks.
You go first.
Bum pick of the week.
Black and tan sports bum pick. Thought he'd be fire, but he's a flop. This week's bum pick gotta make it stop. Points are low and stats don't show. Drop them quick, it's time to go.
You gotta talk to these people sometimes in the TikTok world. There's so many Eagles, so much Eagles hate, and I love that.
I know. I know.
I think I'm gonna start off first. I'm gonna start off with the bum pick. I think that this week's bum pick is going to be Cedric Tillman, the wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. I think he's going to be a letdown this week. I know that he may not be somebody who is, jumping and you're like, oh, I'm grabbing him and you're putting him on your roster like that's your first thought is. But listen, last couple of times, Tillman's been kind of like the quiet hero a little bit, but I think that this week, it's not. The Browns offense has been just too inconsistent and really hasn't turned a lot of opportunities into those scoring opportunities. So I think that I don't think that he's going to be, there. They have the chemistry between the quarterback and the wide receivers for the Browns right now, they're in trouble. They're in trouble.
Yeah.
I know it's Flacco. I know that's your boy, Mr. Green, but it's trouble over there in Brown City. So I think
Yeah.
it's going to go bad. It's going to go bad south. And you don't have a lot of red zone targets because you're not really in the red zone all that often. So I think that this week, Cedric Tillman, wide receiver, Cleveland Browns, is your bum pick. Dwayne, what do you think?
I agree. And I don't really have a bum pick this week, so I'm going to just maybe talk about your guy for a second here, because it's just one of those things where it's like, again, you get, I guess a bum pick is kind of hard to do this early in the season because it's only week 2 or 3. You know what I mean? So guys are still trying to get their feet under them and trying to
get their groove,
get their groove back and things of that nature. But again, when a guy's projected or he has a great week and then sucks the next week, it's really early in the season. And so who can you really put out there? I think just to be controversial though, the way CD Lamb comes to practice, all that chicken grease on his hands, he might drop a couple more balls this week. So if you have CD Lamb in your lineup, I would think you would drop him like he's been dropping all those passes, because he's not going to get you any points this week.
It's so funny. As soon as Cowboys Nation thinks that they're really on one, they never are.
Every
season, this is their year. We're America's team. We're America's team. This is our year. That's probably more like what they sound like.
Oh my God. It's like our year this year. We're like so
year.
going to have
We're
a great year.
You're not. You're not.
And they're playing the Bears, right? Yeah, they're playing
the Bears coming this week, and they might end up winning this week, like Mr. Green said.
I don't know about
the Cowboys are another team, dude. They're winning games. They beat the Giants last week in overtime. Like it's not like they're really stellar. It's not like stellar play. So yeah, I think they're bums. I think they're big bums, but
I think
our bum pick of the week is anybody from the Cowboys.
Our bum pick for the week is the Dallas Cowboys. Anyone that's wearing that blue and gray jersey is a bum pick.
Terrible.
This week. All right, well that was that.
So maybe we'll move on to our hot pick.
Do we have a hot pick? What's your hot pick? Did we do a hot pick?
Fan fantasy crew, we got the best pick that's right for you. Start them strong, watch them shine. Top picks are winning sign. Like a 10, the weekly plan dominates the league like only we can.
I think that what I'm going to do is kind of just review a pick that you picked that I like. I think again, I think that come up this best pick this week. I think Daniel Jones has a crazy good week this week.
Listen, man,
you kind of brought that up, and you're right. I think he does. And you might even listen. Here's another thing too. I'll move away from that, and I'll kind of move into something a little bit more tangible here, right? So Eagles just got Tanks Bigsby, who used to be the running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think that maybe the up and comer for this week could also be Bashal Tutin. He's going to be running the ball. He's going to get more volume. He's had pretty good efficiency, like on his limited touches, and I think that he might be able to exploit some of those passing down roles. So he's not owned a whole lot. He's got a lot of value, and I think that if Jacksonville leans run or needs to close out games, I think that the running back is going to be more involved. So I think that one of the best picks this week, besides Daniel Jones, could be Tutin.
All right, I can see that. I don't know much about the guy. I'm looking at his little stats right here.
Yeah, not terrible.
Touches, 7 yards a carry, right?
Yeah, he's got 74 yards and 10 touches. Well, that was good. That's quick math, Dwayne.
Like that.
That was good.
I'm a math guy.
He's got a touchdown.
1 + 1 is 2. Look at that. 1 + 1 is 2, bro. Yeah.
It is.
That's what they say. Yeah. If you talk to,
he's
Terrence.
He's
Howard,
not the He's also not the primary back. But
0.
I just think that he's going to get touches. And their offense is a little inconsistent right now. So in the PPR leagues, if he doesn't have if there's not a whole lot of catches, then the floor is low. So could be a good matchup for him.
Yeah, I think so. If you don't already have him. If you don't already have him.
coming up this week, we got another exciting thing. We got another exciting week of football, man.
Yeah, I'll be down at the Link Sunday morning, checking in. My co-host
Cool.
won't be there. I'll be Dolo, right?
Yeah.
You can't make it.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, this week we try to make as many Eagles tailgates as possible, but I got too much soccer this weekend. It's tough for me to do, man.
Yeah.
And if there's the choice between Eagles tailgate and the kids soccer game, I feel like I go soccer game every time. I feel like that's the dad thing to say, but it's true.
Yeah.
Love it,
Wait,
man.
listen, because you can't go back to it.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We could listen. There'll be more tailgates. We will absolutely be more
Plenty
tailgates.
more
But
tailgates.
as Dwayne said, he'll be there. He's going to be live. You'll be able to catch us. So if you want
I
to
gotta
catch
find out where
some
I'm
live
gonna be.
content from the tailgates this
If you're gonna meet me down
weekend.
there, I'll find out where I'm going to be, and then I'll put it up on the site. I think we're supposed to be hanging with cheerleaders. I got to stop by.
Yeah,
there,
we
right?
might be hanging with well, until I found out that there was some conflict. We kind of made plans to hang out with some of the girls over at cheerleaders. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but that is a gentleman's club. It's always a good time.
Gentlemen's club.
A gentleman's club. I don't know what we can get away with. I don't know what we can get away with on TikTok. So
Yeah, you gotta watch that. I'm sure of that.
yeah,
We don't talk too much about it, but it's a good
Well,
time.
a very good time.
I'll put it
All right,
out
well,
there.
I
Are you
think
long enough?
we're
This
gonna
is it?
I think we're gonna close this. We're gonna
Aw.
close this on down, guys.
Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming through. We really appreciate your attendance this evening, and we hope to have you back bright and late again next week on the
Bright and
Black
late.
and Tan Sports Pod.
As
Black and
always,
late.
we're gonna thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can catch us everywhere: Spotify, blackandtansports.com, and then we're also going to be after this. We're gonna go live for just a little bit. We're gonna hang on TikTok and kind of
TikTok,
talk with
yeah.
you guys there and go over your thoughts and maybe bring some people up, co-hosts or something like that.
Word.
Let's see what's going on, but all right,
All right.
guys.
Thanks for listening to our
Much
pack.
love.
Listen to our podcast once again, Black and Tan Sports, and we out. When I talk too fast and I'm stuttering.
The one still debating whether to start Patrick Mahomes this week or bench him for that rando backup QB no one's heard of. What are you doing? Stop scrolling and listen up. You know what you need in your life? More Black and Tan Sports. That's right, your one-stop podcast for fantasy football chaos, NFL hot takes, and the occasional life lesson you didn't know you needed. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere you can get your podcasts. So hit that subscribe button like you're smashing a waiver wire pickup for CMC. And don't forget to drop us a 5-star review. Why? Because it's not just our egos, it helps the algorithm show us some love. And let's be honest, you could use more good karma for that trade offer you just sent out. You're also going to want to join the party on social media because we're dropping fire takes all week long. On X, formerly known as Twitter, we're not here to discuss Elon. We're at Black and Tan Pod. Facebook, Black and Tan Sports Pod. You know, for all you, I still love my mom's memes people out there. Instagram, we got you at Black and Tan Sports Pod. Where else can you get weekly fantasy tips and questionable Photoshop edits of my co-host Dwayne's face? Oh, and YouTube, Black and Tan Sports. Subscribe there too, unless you're scared to see what fantasy football legends actually look like. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe, follow, engage. Otherwise, your fantasy team might just get cursed with a season-ending injury. Just saying. Black and Tan Sports, for the laughs, the takes, and the wins. Subscribe now, or you'll regret it later.